right? How do we compete in markets when something vastly more intelligent than us? If you think of the average AI right now as an intelligence, an IQ of about 120, I think is the new ChatGPT and Sonnet 3.5, it's going to go to 400 to 1,000 and then to 1,000,000. So we can't comprehend what any of this means. And so in the end, I think we've got about 6 years. I put 2030 as a rough date when we don't begin to understand how the anything works. And so therefore, I would like to be on the other side of that, protected, which is you got the house that you want, you got the lifestyle that you want, and you don't have to be part of the economic machine.
Real Vision founder and CEO Raoul Pal's exponential age thesis is one of the more widely discussed topics in the financial markets today. Pal describes the exponential age as a period where technological progress accelerates at such a rapid rate that it transforms entire industries and economies, and even how we understand value creation. In his view, the convergence of several powerful technologies, artificial intelligence, blockchain, robotics, biotechnology, and renewable energy, leads to exponential improvements that disrupt traditional systems and norms. This includes the complete disruption and transformation of economic and business models, investment strategies, and market trends. Pal suggests that, as technology disrupts and dominates, the economic landscape will shift significantly. This shift will likely prompt new economic models and potentially even new currencies, as blockchain and decentralized finance play larger roles. Pal speculates that advanced AI, or even artificial general intelligence (AGI), could have profound implications for financial markets. A super-intelligent AI trained on market data could theoretically win the game, outsmarting human traders and amassing massive wealth. As AI intelligence increases beyond human comprehension, the unpredictability of its impact makes it increasingly difficult for people to grasp or control. Given the uncertain and fast-paced future of the exponential age, Pal advises people to secure their financial independence. He advocates for investing in assets that retain value, such as select cryptocurrencies and tech stocks, and establishing a lifestyle that is resilient to the coming disruptions. According to the renowned analyst, we have only 6 years to do this before the world changes forever, and humans lose the struggle to these super advanced and super intelligent AI and AGI models. The Real Vision CEO discusses this important thesis in a recent interview with Delphi Digital. As we bring you clips from the discussion, please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for the support, and enjoy the video.
It's based around a thesis that I've developed called the exponential age, which is, I think most people are familiar with now. It's a similar thesis that other people have had as well, which is that we've got this kind of group of technologies that are in full tilt acceleration mode when we get to full adoption of these technologies. So that's AI, robotics, renewable energy sources, genetic sciences. It's a whole bunch of these technologies, including blockchain, that are all hyper accelerating at the same time. So, okay, fine. So the exponential age is really all about, this is the fastest, largest pace of change of technology that humanity will ever go through. And it's probably an entire reworking of society itself and the economy. So what do I mean about the economy? This is this 6-7 years business. Is really it's to do with how the economic machine works. Basically, GDP growth is driven by population growth, productivity growth, and debt growth. Debt growth has basically stopped except refinancing of old debts. Then we've got population growth. Every country in the developed world is seeing collapsing population growth. So therefore, they should see collapsing GDP growth. But you've got all this debts, and we've been adding to the debts to try and counterbalance this. This has been this big super trend we've seen. And then productivity growth, because of all the old people, has collapsed as well. So what we have is non-productive, slowing economies based around demographics. Then something has just happened, which was we've just introduced infinite human knowledge and infinite humans into the economy, which is AI plus robots. People don't yet understand what this means, but we're based on a services-based knowledge economy. Manufacturing was already being replaced by machines, but this is replacing everything. Now, there's two sides of that. One is the doom of, oh my God, what are humans going to do? I worry less about that. I more think, what does it mean for the economy if we've got infinite growth of humans? So if generally, let's say, population growth or immigration growth, whatever, is at 1%, 2%, 3%, right? And trend rate of GDP has been averaging like 1.75 in the US. If you suddenly throw in 1 billion AIs and 1 billion robots, you've kind of added 25% of the population of the world. Now, it's not one for one match, but what it does is suddenly create outsized economic growth, but in ways we don't understand. The other part of it is productivity. Productivity, I think of as the amount of output per unit of energy. Electricity is the generalized energy, and what we're doing is lowering the cost of energy via renewables. People don't see it yet, they don't believe it yet, but what you see of every technological curve is they're all collapsing in cost, and the output's going up. So electricity growth via renewables is just an exponential curve. And Elon's been talking about this, others have been talking about this. It will, within the next 10 years or so, it'll be the largest source of energy on the planet. And then we've got nuclear and other stuff to come into it. When you change productivity, let's say you halve the cost of electricity, you double productivity. Now you've got AI and robots on top. So what we're going to end up in is la-la land in economic terms. Economies we don't understand. And it's not in 20 years' time, the old predictions we used to see. This is like, it's happening in front of our eyes. So then what happens when you've got these technologies doing this? Well, we don't really know. We're already seeing things like, what is a company when you've got AI agents? What does that mean? What do financial markets mean? How does venture capital work? How does private equity work? How do IPO markets work when companies get disrupted?
In this exponential age, the traditional approach to business valuation and revenue generation is challenged. With AI able to replicate software instantly and continually improve on itself, the old models of profit and production efficiency lose relevance. Businesses may pivot to a model that values attention and engagement more than material assets, mirroring how internet companies and social media platforms operate today. In Pal's words, the costs of computing and electricity keep decreasing while entirely new economic systems and actors are emerging. This means the way we understand market returns is completely transformed in ways we cannot fully predict. During the interview, Pal raises another important observation. What happens when someone trains a super intelligent AGI on the markets and it starts competing with humans? Recall that the latest OpenAI's O1 model has an IQ of 120, putting it ahead of more than 90% of the human population. This is set to rise even higher in the coming years until these models achieve superintelligence, far outpacing anything the world has ever seen. How do we compete against such super-advanced monsters? This is why Pal counsels that we have only about 6 years to make all we need before the exponential revolution begins, and everything is completely disrupted. Let's get back to Pal's video.
So what is money when there's no scarcity? This is a question most people don't think through, and we don't know the answer, but what is scarcity in that world? Yes, there's some things that are purposefully scarce. One of the reasons I've collected a lot of NFTs is there is scarcity there. There is scarcity in experiences, human experiences. They become more expensive. But all of the things that we think of as scarce, lawyers, accountants, research writers, all of this stuff goes to zero. Zero. Money doesn't have much of a purpose when almost most of the things that we do for economic day-to-day activity don't have value at all.
It's really interesting. I just thought of that I don't think we've ever actually fully fleshed out or talked about, but the world you just laid out, or the trends you just laid out in terms of productivity, AI, taxing the robots, taxing AI, which can actually be, if productivity is growing, like we talk about AI and blockchain and Web3, what do you see as the potential impact that the two have on one another? Or in other words, where do you see the actual touch points between these two exponential technologies going forward?
So everyone needs to drop their understanding of what blockchain is, because they come with an anchor. They come with an anchor based on Bitcoin and blah, 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 blah. What it is a globalized, decentralized ledger that records truth. And so in a world where there's more machine-based activity, we need a way of recording what is truth, what are transactions, what are contracts, what are all of that, right? That's what blockchain will do. So basically, the internet of the future can't run without it. It just simply can't. And that's what people don't get, that it's more than just money. It's basically how a digital world runs. We can't be more digital without this transition that we're seeing, which is why the adoption is so big over time and ongoing. And when it comes to the intersection of AI, well, AI is also an extension of the internet. When David Bowie's interview about the internet was still the greatest thing of all time, when he says it's an alien life form. And people didn't get it, but it is, and it's coming alive, right? The internet is coming alive via AI. So it has now a payment system, a system of record and truth, and it is living on this thing that we built, this web. So these things are so inseparable in what they are, because they are the internet. They are us in many ways as well, because AI is trained on all of humanity and our thoughts and everything. So economic activity has to be recorded on blockchain. Contracts have to be recorded on blockchain. That's most things. Most things are a contract in some way, shape, or form. So that all goes into the blockchain technology. At a simpler form, obviously, an AI can't get a bank account. It's hard enough to get a bloody bank account as it is, but you don't need one. You just have a wallet. And you're seeing this with this GOAT token and the terminal truths is Brian Armstrong reached out and said, I'll give you your own wallet. So because he knows that this is where this is going. AIs will have their own wallets, and it all works without us having to be involved. And as long as you've got a blockchain, you've got proof and truth. And so they're totally inseparable from each other. They are all the same thing, which is our digital future.
Please share your thoughts on Pal's exponential age thesis in the comments section below. In related news, the Real Vision CEO has revealed things he's looking out for before fully confirming the banana zone. In a recent thread shared on X, Pal wrote, "With BTC well over $70,000, I'm looking for the final confirmations from others. Solana over $185. Sui is breaking its consolidation now and should be headed to new all-time highs. And Doge is within sniffing distance. The dog can smell the ripening fruit. Hopefully, we can break all these levels and get on with our lives. I'm not buying or selling, just observing market phases. Solana breaking $185 is enough for me to confirm the fruit phase. We are all a bit mentally burned by the range of failures over the last months, hence the caution. This caution was indeed needed as Bitcoin is now back to the $70,000 region. Regardless, Pal and others are certain that the major breakout rally is coming, and it will take Bitcoin straight to $100,000 per coin. Do you agree with this prediction? What do you think lies ahead for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies after the US election? Please share your comments in the comments section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.